Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that you have already got a lot of information from my colleagues who has already introduced the technology about artificial intelligence GIS and also the big data GIS technology to you. So now I believe that you must wonder, how can you use this kind of technology into your real projects and the cases which can help you to solve your problems. So in this presentation, I am going to discuss with you about the applications of SuperMap GIS which is enhanced by the artificial intelligence and also the big data. And by the way, my name is Leo Lee. I'm the technical support engineer from SuperMap. I wish you can have you can get what you are looking for in my presentation. So there will be 4 parts of my presentation. The first part is about a brief introduction of SuperMap technologies, because you see that in the presentation of my colleagues, you have already saw this page about the BitCC technology of SuperMap. So you must wonder, what is the BitCC? In the past 2 presentations, my colleagues has already introduced to you the BNI, which is the big data, and the AI. So let's just take a brief look. What is the BitCC in SuperMap? Because you know that for the GIS technology, they are all the same in different kind of companies and the platforms. So what is the difference? What is the difference between SuperMap and other GIS platform softwares? This is what we are talking about. Because SuperMap, we have our key technologies we call is the BitCC. First one is the big data. The big data GIS technology, which my colleague Ms. Xu Yun has already introduced. As we all know that if we are going to talk about big data, it means we need to process two different kind of issues. First one is the big quantity of data. Because we know that in the GIS technology, we are always going to process the transportation, the data image, the satellite image, a lot of things they require for the big quantity of data processing capability. So this is what we have already done with the distribution technology in SuperMap GIS software. We have the capability to process the data, the very big quantity of data. And on another hand, when we are going to process with the real-time data, for example, the CCTV cameras for the smart city, we are requesting for the streaming data processing technology to solve the real-time data processing issues. So here is the 2 parts of big data. One is the capability of processing the big quantity of data. Another part is the capability to process real-time data. And the next part, for the I, BitCC, the I for artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence GIS software and the technology is the newly, or let's say the latest published version that SuperMap iDesktop X has already included the artificial intelligence technology inside. So with the artificial intelligence, you know that they have been developed. It depends on the machine learning, and in the core, it is the deep learning. The point of artificial intelligence, it is that the human, we can teach the computers to learn how to do some operations, how to do or how to finish some works. So the computer can do some easy work or some multiple works for us to release the human cost of human. So this is artificial intelligence. And here comes the next part, the BitCC, and another one, the T for 3D, T for 3, yes, 3D. And this is the most important and the most popular technology of SuperMap, because you see that SuperMap, we have been working from 2009 to work on the 3D GIS technology. And when we talk about 3D GIS technology, we are talking about 2D and 3D integration. Yes, here, the 2D and 3D integration. So it means in SuperMap softwares, we are able to show 2D and 3D data in the same software. It means if you want to use 2D and 3D, you don't need to switch your softwares. You can just use the same software to open 2 different kinds of data and input them into one scene. So you can open 2D map data, 2D vector map data, and 3D models in one software and in one thing. And SuperMap, we have already achieved this one from 2009. So it means already 11 years has passed. And another part, for the 3D technology or 3D GIS technology, we are able to integrate different kind of 3D data. For example, the oblique geometry, the beam, point cloud, 3D field. You see that all the pictures here, all these 3D models data has been listed here. They are supported in SuperMap GIS software. So it means if you have this kind of data, you can just take the data and input into the SuperMap 3D, the SuperMap software to try the 3D processing technologies. And the last of them, you can use different kind of data source, different kind of solutions to use your 3D models. For example, SuperMap, we support the WebGL technology. It means that if you are going to show your 3D models and your 3D processing, your 3D analyzing functions in web browser, you can just use our iClient for WebGL to make your web page. Then when you share this page to the people you are going to share, then they do not need a software, and also they do not need any plugins to open this 3D model. They just take a browser and input this link. He can see the 3D model you are going to show to him. Okay, so here you have seen this is the 3D. So for next part is the cloud. BitCC, the first day for cloud. Because we know that nowadays, all of the people and the industry, they are going to move their data and the services from their local to the cloud. Because you see that, for example, for the big data processing or the artificial intelligence processing, they are all requesting for very strong and powerful calculating skills or capabilities. So for a single software, for a single computer, it may not cover all the requirements. So if you can move your data and your processings to the cloud, it will improve your capability with the processing skills of the cloud. So you can see that in SuperMap we have divided the cloud into 3 different kind of styles of different kinds. First one is the public cloud, and also the mixed cloud and private cloud. So you can see that for the public cloud, it means all the people who can access to this cloud to check the data and the information on it. And the private cloud means this data or this cloud is only opening to a little group or a little company, something like that. And also, if your company or your group is willing to publish just a little part of your data to the public and save another part to yourself, you are mentioned as the mixed cloud. So you can see that for different kind of clouds or different styles of cloud, SuperMap, we have our platforms to fit your needs. So it means that SuperMap, we are able to use our cloud GIS softwares to build a cloud server for you. Okay, and for the last part, the last C, the BitCC, the last day is cross-platform. And cross-platform actually is easy to understand that for SuperMap, our desktop softwares are not only able to be run on Windows, but also on Linux and Unix, and with all the same functions. So you can see that because we know that if we are going to use the big data or the AI, maybe we will always need the help from Linux system because it's more stable or more powerful, something like that. So SuperMap, our softwares are able to run not only in Windows, but also in Linux and Unix. So you can just feel free to choose which is the most suitable part for you. Okay, so that is the brief introduction of the SuperMap technologies. And for next part, let's go into our main theme or main topic today. First part is I will talk with you about the big data enhances smart city. I just use smart city as a case to introduce to you how did SuperMap use the big data technology, or let's say the big data GIS technology, in the real cases. So here is one question: how to make a city really smart? I believe that for the people who is managing the city, they always have this kind of question. They want to know how can they make a really smart city system. For example, if you are going to make your city smart, then it means you need to integrate all the data sources in one system, and you are going to check all the informations in one system. You can see that this is a real smart city operation system that developed by SuperMap. And you can see that here the model and the city is in 3D with very beautiful day, the night light effects. So this models and the effects are all developed by the SuperMap technology. And if you have your interest, you can just try with the softwares we are going to offer with you, so you can build your own effects like this. So here you see that you can integrate with the cases, the AI video, also the public issues. And here, for example, you can see a lot of the targets here, 1, 2, 3. For example, in this, when we are taking this screenshot, we just click this tag. So it will jump out that here is a case that is a car accident, and when did it happen. So you can see that for the manager of this city, they do not need to go to the city. They do not need to go outside of the door. They can see and check all the information of his city. And with the integrating with the mobile applications, anyone can access to this system to report and to upload, to upgrade the information of this city. So it means we are able to integrate with different kind of data source with the big data technology, and to share the information and data in one system. So all the people who are able to access to this system, they will have their ideas to get the knowledge about this system, about this city. For example, also, it's able to integrate with the videos, the CCTV cameras. So you can just click this. You see that here is a symbol. Here is the symbol of a CCTV camera. So it means when you click this symbol, it will just jump out this CCTV camera video. Because this is a picture, so you cannot see the video moving. But actually, this will be the real-time CCTV camera video. So it means you can just see the real situation in the street to make your decisions. And also for the traffic offense, because you know that in order to make the city a better place, in order to improve the traffic situation, we are going to have a lot of rules and laws for the traffic. So how can we know if there is anyone breaking the law or having the traffic offense? You can just integrate with the CCTV cameras, with the big data technology, and also the artificial intelligence technology. So this technology, they will just recognize the offense behaviors and take the picture and send to this system. So you don't need to just send your policeman to standing on the road to get the information. You can just use the CCTV cameras to collect the traffic offense informations. And I believe that during my colleague's presentation, you have already seen that how to use the artificial intelligence to detect the car, to detect the offense behaviors and send to the system. So you can see that this is the real case for the smart city. And the next part, yeah, this is also a real case for the smart city. And here I show you another one is because when we are driving our cars, when we are using our navigation mobile applications, we always wonder that how is the real-time traffic situation is here. So with the big data technology, we are able to calculate the real-time traffic situation in a city level, even in a province level. So when we are driving on the road, we can know what is happening ahead of us, so we can make our decision if we are going to follow this road, or we are going to just make a turn and just go across to take a detour to across the traffic jam. And here, actually, I'm going to give you a small question, and we will be answered later. So my question is, you can just consider how to get the real-time traffic situation information, or how to collect the real-time traffic situation data for this system. and later we will answer. I will answer to you again. And I believe that you have already seen this 3D model video shared by Ms. Xu Yun. You can see that when you are moving this 3D model and the traffic situation map is also moving with it. And also you can see different kind of charts to just display the information of the real-time situation in the traffic. So it means if you have this kind of 3D model and the CCTV camera, I mean the smart city system, you are able to get the real-time information about your city anywhere, anytime through the system. So your city will be much more smart. And also, not only for the cars in the city or the traffic situation in the city, if we are going to manage the ships, because you know that if we have a very big ships, they are going across the world. So it means if we want to manage all the ships, it will always request for the very big quantity of data processing technology to manage the big quantity of data. So this is another real case in China. We have built for some satellite big data ship tracking system. You can see that here the whole target is 285,000. So it means in this system, it is monitoring 285 ships across around the world, and all in real time. So here you can see that if you want to check any ship information, you can just click the ship symbol on this map, or you can also use the query tools to input his information and to check his number, his location, and the time, and the speed, and where he's going. So with this kind of system, a company or a country can easily manage all the overseas ships with one system to check all the informations. And during this kind of highly integrated system, it means if something really happens, it can the managing team or the emergency managing team, they can answer to this issue quickly. So they don't need to check with other departments about the situation. They can all see the real situation in this system. So they can make decision very quick to get to the usage. Okay, and that one is about ship. Now here, let's see a real case that we have built together with Alibaba Group. And this is the international aircraft situation around the world. And this system is built basic on the Ali cloud. So you can see that there are in total 2.5 billion points showing on this thing, and all the points is showing in real time. So you can see the gathering information about aircrafts. So maybe you can get a lot of information from this. Maybe in this time it is the daytime of America, so you can see a lot of airplanes flying here. But you see that this is the Beijing time in the morning. So in China, there is not a lot of flights flying. So in this kind of system, you are able to get a lot of information from the international aircrafts, and you are able to manage all the aircrafts in this same system. Okay, and not only you can just see all the aircrafts on this scene, also it is able to go inside for some further queries. For example, here, yes. If we are going to check all the flights that going in and out of Beijing, we just give a geo-defense here. We just draw a geo-defense here, and the system will show you. Yes, you can see that this is all the connected air flights and the route of the air flights that linking Beijing and other cities. You can see all the effects is playing in the dynamic, and also you can just zoom in to check the detailed information that how many aircrafts or where are they going, and also you can zoom out to see the global level, which is the most connected cities with Beijing. So showing you this real case just explaining to you how can we use the big data technology and the big data GIS technology to use in the real case to manage a very big quantity of data. Okay, so here is a small summary. And what did big data do for us in these several cases? First one is they processed very big quantity of data, because you see that in the aircraft, in the airplane case, it is processing with nearly 2.5 billion of the points. And the next one is processed with the real-time data. For example, the ship, in the ship case, and also in the traffic case, they are all getting through and connecting with the real-time data to get the real situation out of the city and in anywhere in the world. And third one is integrate with the multiple data source. Just for example, we showed in the smart city case, they are integrating with the traffic situation, they are integrating with the public safety integration, the public safety information, also the emergency information, everything, all the data is integrated into this system. So it is the integrate of the multiple data source. And the last one is I collected the update data easily, because you see that in the smart city case, when you are going to upload a traffic accident or a traffic offense, it needs to be updated easily. It should be updated easily and in real time. So the big data technology can process it for us. And of course, there are a lot of furthermore things and capabilities that the big data has done for us. So maybe I can leave this here, so you can just consider by yourself, how can you use the big data in your case and in your projects. Okay, so that is about the big data cases. So now let's go into the AI, the artificial intelligence part. Here is the AI helps in the object detecting. Also, let's start with a question. How can we count number of the objects? Here is a real case that SuperMap has done in Indonesia. Our client is willing to use the SuperMap technology to count the palm trees in this field. So the case is just like this. For example, you can just imagine how long it will take that if you are going to count these palm trees one by one by yourselves. I think maybe you will need several minutes or even half an hour to count all the numbers. But with the assistance of artificial intelligence, you can just detect all the objects in the same time, in 1 second, even less. Then it will show you all the numbers here. And the only thing you are going to need to do is just check if the computer has recognized the objects right or wrong. I mean, if the computer has detected the objects right or wrong, you can just check the result. And also, I have mentioned that SuperMap has very strong 3D GIS skills and technologies in our system. So in this system, we gave him an add information or add function, just like after the computer has detected all the locations of the palm trees. For next step, we give them the symbolized 3D model. The symbolized 3D modeling is another very interesting function in SuperMap products. It means if you have already built a lot of 3D models, you can just input into our system as a symbol. So it means if you are going to build the 3D model, you can just give the location of these symbols. You just click and you put the symbol on this 3D thing. So the 3D model has already been made by itself. So with this function, it can help the clients to make very big area of 3D models easily. And also for next part, because the clients, they also want to know if they can just detect the palm trees which is not in good health, because you know that all the palm trees is planted in the same time. So if one tree is growing up not as big as others, it means maybe this palm tree will have some health issues. So in this system, we also use the artificial intelligence to detect the size of the palm tree. If the size of the palm tree is not very big or not as big as others, then we will give it a red mark and make an unhealthy 3D model here to show to the clients. Okay, so that is about detecting or counting the number of objects. So can anything else can the AI artificial intelligence do for us? So here another question: how can we input the number into a digital system? For example, if you are an employee from the electricity company, you will need to try to collect the information from the electricity meters. Or if you are going to input your bank card into the system, how can you do this? Should you just take a paper and copy the numbers one by one, or you just type in the number into your mobile phone one by one? I believe not. For now, at SuperMap, we have tried our system and built this application for the automatically number detecting. In this system or in this application, our clients is willing to use the mobile application to detect the number of the electricity meter. Here is the number of the electricity meter, and in this chart it is the the number of the electricity has used by the clients. So you can see that when you use the mobile application to take a picture on this electricity meter, it will just detect the number for you. This is the meter number, and this is the electricity number. And you can see that this is the application, and furthermore, we will build it into a real application. So when you just take this picture, it will input the data and the number into your mobile. So it will be easy for you to collect information. And here is the automatically number detecting. Of course, artificial intelligence can do furthermore than this. So maybe you can use your ideas. How do you want to use other artificial intelligence? And here I made another brief summary. Is what did the artificial intelligence do for us in these cases? First one is reduce the repetitive human work. For example, if you are going to count the number of the trees, or you are going to just input the number of electricity meters, you don't need to do it one by one. You just teach the computer how to do it, and the computer will just recognize and count for you. Also, in the same time, it has reduced the non-intelligent work, counting things, detecting things, collecting things, something like this. And also, it can help you to get the multiple data accessing in one time. For example, in this electricity meter case, for a human, if we are going to input these two numbers to your mobile phone, it means you need to input two times. You need to type 2 times to input this data to your mobile phone. But with the assistance of artificial intelligence, you can just take one picture and it will recognize the two informations for you. So it will give you the capability or the capability to get the multiple data accessing in one time. And of course, after the computer has done, the artificial intelligence has done this for us, it will improve the work efficiency. So of course, there will be more things that artificial intelligence can do for us. You can just use your imagination and use your ideas. So that one is about the AI cases SuperMap has done that AI helps in object detecting. So the last part, let's just discuss how will it be, or how can the two technologies integrate together to help us. This is the big data, and AI improves the data processing. Okay. Also starting with the question, how to get the 2D map, the vector data map, the vector map data in a city level. Because you see that I used to work in the survey department of China, so I really know how difficult it is to just collect the information and draw the polygons of the buildings, of the road to input into the system. So if it is possible for the system to do this for us automatically, and let's see, the answer is real. And the answer is true. For example, this is a picture showing, this is a satellite picture. If we are going to collect all the buildings and make them into vector data, of course, we can draw them one by one and take several months or several days to finish, or we can train the AI to do it for us. You can see that in 1 second and even less time, the computer will recognize all the buildings for us and input them into a vector layer. So we already got the vector data of these buildings in this city. And if possible, we are going to move it in a city level here. This is also a real case that we used our AI technology integrate with the big data processing to collect all the buildings and some other informations in a city level. So you can see that for the AI, the AI technology is able to recognize the objects easily and automatically. And integrating with the big data technology, it will have the capability to process with very big quantity of data. So it means the AI can detect a lot of data in the same time. So integrating the AI and big data, we are able to collect the 2D vector data in one time and in a very efficient way. And this one, you see that it is using to collect the map data from a satellite image. But if it is possible, or is it possible to get dynamic data? Here, do you remember my question just now? That how can we get the real-time traffic situation data in this city? Of course, we can get the data from the traffic police department because, for example, during the rush hours, the traffic police department, they will send the police to stand on the road to give orders to the traffic to make the traffic better, and they will collect the crowded information. And also the mobile navigation companies, they will also collect the real-time traffic situation data from the mobiles because a lot of people is using their application so they can access to the data. So have you ever imagined if we can use artificial intelligence and big data to process this for us? For example, in this video, this is a province real-time traffic situation monitoring system. You can see that in this real case or in this system, it has integrated with the video and also the informations. You can see that here has already counted the vehicles, the number of vehicles, the number of bikes, the number of humans on the road. So here is giving you the crowded level from 1 to 10. So 3.9 is not so crowded, but if it's more than 5, it will be a lot of crowded and a lot of traffic jam. So you can see that this is how we can use the AI and the big data together to get the real-time traffic situation information for us to improve the capability of smart city. Okay, so here we have a brief summary. What will happen if we combine the big data and the AI? So it means we are able to collect big quantity of data automatically, and also we can find the valuable data from big quantity of data. For example, we can find the traffic jam, that we can find the traffic information from the very big quantity of data. And what more, if you have any questions, if you have any ideas, you can just share with us, and let's just talk about how to use the AI integrating with big data to improve the capability of GIS. So that's all in my presentation, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. Thank you.